Hello and welcome to Rip a Funnel Tuesday, where I'll be analyzing a marketing funnel starting from the ad copy and the offer to the landing pages that I had to go through before I claimed that offer. And then once I filled in that form or opted in for chat, what were the automations that took place from emails, phone calls, SMS, and so on. Today, I'll be taking Superside.com as a case study. Superside is a great alternative to Upwork and these outsourced design services. They promise amazing designs from an amazing team with quality and fast turnaround. So it's a great service as it seems so far. I found them on Facebook and the ad looked something like this. Okay, you see it right here. The first ad before I expanded it is in the middle. You see there's a see more option. And always keep in mind that as people are scrolling through the feed, depending on the length of your copy, it might get cut off. Some people use long form copy with very descriptive information, and others they use something short like this one. Okay. Overall, you get 2 lines and it gets cut off. What I liked about it is that it was a video, well produced, okay, very solid copy with the caption over it. And this is important because most videos display in the feed as muted. Okay, and you can see it right here. The caption is right over it. And the copy of it says, some of the world's best marketing and creative teams use Superside to get design done. Enjoy world-class talent and fast turnarounds at affordable prices. So they're communicating their value very quickly through 3 lines. And of course, on top of it, you have the video that they made. Nothing high production, by the way. This was probably low budget video that communicates the value really well. Now, the main CTA here is to learn more about how to get a hassle-free design at scale. And the offer is pretty much to find out more about it, okay? What I'm showing you on the right side is the retargeting ad. After I've clicked through and I visited their site, I was also retargeted by a follow-on, which looks like this. What do companies like Amazon, Puma, and Shopify have in common? They're using Superside to get quality design done. Now, I want you to note that this is more of a warm retargeting process for those who already visited the site. So the first video was meant to introduce me to the product. And once I've got acquainted, I learned more, there's an additional one to kind of establish the social proof and the trust. Okay, great strategy, works really well for many brands. Let's look at the URLs before we jump into the landing page design. You can see right here, everything is properly UTM'd. And UTMs is a great way to kind of identify where your campaign's traffic and leads are coming from. If you're not using UTMs, please look up our resources. It's so easy to do by appending those UTMs to the end, identifies the copy and it identifies the ad. So this is the UTM source, Facebook. The medium is CPC, cost per click. The campaign name is Book a Call, CR Combine D. Okay, this is all internal. So their team have set these variables up. And the content is Anita. So maybe they have a couple of videos rotating and maybe even a still image like this one. Okay, so it's very spot on. Another thing also is their retargeting was referencing to the image with a slightly different content. So instead of Anita, I was something else. I just cannot find it right away. All right, so very good job on the ad, great job on the retargeting, amazing job on the UTM tagging. Let's go ahead and look at the landing page once I've clicked through the ad. Immediately you can see there are no navigations. So the rule, number 1 rule is to eliminate any distractions. They've done that very well. The design typography is very clean. The main value is communicated above the fold, and book a demo clear on the right side. So everything here in terms of elements, they're checking the box at least above the fold. Let's scroll down a little bit to see what else they have. Social proof, very important. Listing companies that are using them. And I'm pretty sure Facebook does not outsource all their design to them, but maybe they have certain units or certain programs that are using their product. Okay, or maybe they're using their designers. So you can establish social proof in many different ways. And we even have a social proof or a case study framework that we've put together. Okay, some companies, they actually offer their product for free to some of these brands at least people working at these brands so they could establish the social proof. Then moving on right here to talk a little bit more about the product, in case you're wondering. So they do design and brand consulting, ads and marketing design, and so on. So great job displaying this, because I was wondering that in my head. More social proof, and they have multiple of them right here. Then let's chat, book a demo. Another book a demo, and everything is linking back to the top, okay? Very important, one CTA throughout the page. Overall, I really like what they've done. I notice they have a great video on the bottom that answers most of my questions. For example, what is the difference between Superside and Upwork? What is the quality like? How do they outsource it? So they built a 1minute and 45 seconds video that talks about this. And it's literally an interview with, I believe, just the founder, or right here, CEO. And he discusses, or he talks about the product. Low budget, very well done, and anybody can do something similar to this. All right, great job on the design of the landing page, checks up all the boxes. Now, let's see what happens after I fill in the form. I did input my information, and I want you to notice how the phone number was actually pre-built with some geodetection or some country code in place. This is really important for doing SMS and doing proper outbound calling. And your product of choice should support this. Okay, in VBOUT, we do have a geodetect on where the person is visiting, so it pre-populates their country code immediately. Once I filled it up, it redirected me to Calendly. They embedded the Calendly inside a landing page they built. Okay, so it's embedded inside their URLs. You see it right here. And that's better than just sending them to the Calendly page, because you can do some cookie tracking, you can personalize the page. They didn't have much of design here, but at least they're probably cookieing me somewhere in between. Now what I did is I left this process, I didn't complete to see if they will retarget me, and fair enough. I only got from them in a week time 3 emails. The first one asking me to book an appointment. You see, it's a very basic design. It's coming up from the team. This was the first email, pick a date and time for your Superside demo, because I didn't complete the calendar. And a link back to my calendar, okay? I don't know why. The only thing I noticed is that on this particular link, instead of sending me back to this page, they sent me to the Calendly URL, which is something I just discussed. I would have definitely recommended sticking to that centralized page, okay? Otherwise, the traffic is going different places. And there's unsubscribe, there's the address, manage preferences. So this checks up all the boxes of a one-to-one follow-on email. They are using HubSpot for sending out that outbound email. And if you look at their signatures, they pass on DKIM, DMARC, and SPF. So well done on the technical side. I still didn't book. So the next day, I got a phone call. And this is really important, because outbound SDRs and doing phone calls could be part of your funnel. I don't see that done very often anymore, but I think in the service side of things, like in this example, it makes a lot of sense. So Katie called me, and she was overseas. Obviously, she knew my time zone and all, so she called me at an appropriate time, and she tried to book an appointment. The call was very straightforward. She said, we noticed that you filled in a form. We want to see, how can we help you, and we can set up a quick demo to show you how our product can help. So it was very short and very brief. It was a follow-on next day, right? So they didn't take too long to follow on with me, and this is important because it was still fresh in my head. And fair enough, I did book an appointment. It took less than 5 minutes to complete the process, okay? So again, their funnel did include a phone call. Not a lot of emails though. I didn't get any case studies, any follow-on emails from here. It seems like all they did is get me to book, but the marketing side or the emails, I would have loved to see maybe some additional case studies being sent to me, or maybe some resources to understand how their process works. But overall, I think they did a good job getting me on a call, which is probably more important. So here it is, guys. Superside's funnel, great ad with retargeting, very solid landing page, a great funnel with an outbound call strategy to trying to get on a calendar. But what they lost the most on is not providing enough resources via email to talk about their case studies and their services. So I'll give it a solid 7.5, 8. And the only points lost is exactly the emails. This is it. If you like these videos, please like, share, or comment. And I would love to hear your opinions and feedback on these funnels that we're building. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the upcoming segment.